Our group will introduce how international students will fit into American classes. Here is our presentation.
You land in a new country for a semester, a year, perhaps a 4 degrees worth of study. You're facing with a style of learning that may be completely unlike the one you're used to. So, how to fit into US classes? Today we will discuss three aspects, as you see in this page. Speaking of topic 1, we want to speak of three important things. They must compose one's whole academic at college. People can see if one student succeeds in academic at college by reviewing these criteria. General education course. Most universities give undergraduate students a liberal education, which means students are required to take courses across several disciplines before they specialize in a major field of study. Also, students can discover their interests through these JE courses. They can easily change their major if they lose the interest in their original field and find that some other fields are more attractive. Credit system and GPA. In colleges, most courses are only 1 semester long. Each course is assigned a number of credit hours. Credit hours are usually based on how much time is spent in class each week. Most courses are 3 credits. However, some courses may be 1, 2, 4, or 5 credits. All degrees programs require students to complete a minimum number of credit hours before graduation. GPA is also very important since it indicates the quality of one's study at college. GPA is one of the criteria of selection for admission to graduate program. Also, some companies highly value applicants' GPA at college. Okay, diversity of assignments. In US classes, professors would assign you many different tasks. As we show in this page, they make up one's total grade. These works are designed to enhance students' ability. Students need to concentrate on those things. If they fail to finish these tasks, they would get a very low GPA. What's worse, they may get a non-pass at the end of the semester. To be successful in colleges is the first step to succeed in the society.
And knowing the curriculum system is a very important step when you go to a new country for studying because you're in a totally new world. The culture and the education system is totally different from your country. But what should we do to help us fit into classes? Not only in the classroom, but many things outside of the classroom we need to pay attention. First, your performance in the classroom is very important. As we introduced before, there are three different class types in the US: lecture, recitations, and live. And you need to behave differently in different classes. When you are taking a lecture, which is a very big class, you need to sit in the front floor, in the front rows. Uh, because as you know, a lecture may have more than 300 students, and uh, and if you sit wrong, if you sit far away from your teacher, there there are so many things may distract your attention. If you're in a small classes which only have about 20 to 30 people, this kind of classes always contain discussion in the class. Although English may not perfect, you should try your best to speak out your opinions and discuss with your classmates. Only doing this, you can enroll in this class. Secondly, if you're in a recitation class, the students' teachers will teach the recitation classes and go over the week's material in more detail. So what you need to do is raise your hand and ask questions. Don't be shy. I think all people will have questions to ask. If you're in a lab, sometimes you need to cooperate with others. There are many group works in the lab class. Learning how to cooperate with others not only helps you to fit in the class, but also is very useful for you in the future. There are many when you outside of classroom, there are many resources on campus we can use. Professor would have office hour every week, which is a good chance for you to ask questions, and you will get a very satisfied answer. And there's also have teaching assistant and peer tutor on campus. Both of these are very useful resources for you to answer your questions and help you to fit into the class. And another very important point is joining more activities. As an international student, I think it's more difficult since I'm made its language barrier. That's the reason why many international students cannot fit into classes and meet American friends. Sometimes international students don't have confidence to talk with classmates or give a presentation in front of many people. They even are afraid to ask professor questions. So joining more activities can help you to meet more friends and improve your language skills. To be confident with your English, to be more going, don't be shy, to ask questions and discuss with other people. You will fit into your class.
So we have talked about how international students fit into American class, but why international students should do. Since international students will feel nervous and embarrassed, most of them will actually not participate in their class like American students do. In order to encourage students being activated in class, we will explain some benefit. First, we will introduce the most basic but really useful benefit. International students will always troubled by language skill because they cannot fully understand what professor or classmate talk about. Finally, students will not do well in class, including GPA. However, if students can pay their attention on any word in lecture or try to remember any unknown word, their English skill will unexpectedly improve. Also, after students can clarify their courses, they will add more interest and motivate them to think about their courses. As we all know, GPA is really important to university students. Before classes, students need to have preview. After class, students should take review. Getting involved in class, students will have better understanding of course information. Therefore, students can balance how much time and energy should they spend in this class. Meanwhile, students will never worry about pop quiz since they already control their courses. In the end of semester, students will have more confidence to their final. When will international students feel anxious? Lonely is the worst thing to students. Nevertheless, because of language and culture, international students cannot avoid feeling alone in campus. Research shows that activate students will have more friends than those students who are not activate. Hence, if students can really get involved in class, students will meet more friends. Then when test is coming, international students can find help if they have any question in class. Never will they work by themselves or feel anxious. Making friends well with American students also can advance their language skill. Relationship is not only about friendship but also relating to professor. When students get involved in class, students will answer questions and ask her more questions. Therefore, professor will notice students who are really trying to fit in class. Also, if student and professor have a good relationship, student will like to pay more energy and time in these courses. In the end of semester, student can get better feedback from professor. The icing on the cake is that in the future, student can ask his professor to have a recommendation which will help him enter a better company or university. After all, international students should do their best in order to fit in class. The process will be really hard, but the benefit is countless. So, thank you for your listening and watching our presentation. Here's our reference.